In 2008, 10 million Americans lost their homes.
Not one of the bankers that caused the crash went to jail.
Instead, they were rewarded with a $700 billion bailout that was paid for by me and you.
That isn't a free market, that's a protected financial cartel.
When people hear the word cartel, they picture Latinos with semi-automatic weapons and illegal drugs. But the biggest cartel on earth doesn't smuggle drugs, it manufactures debt.
The banking cartel is a web of private central banks, mega banks, and global financial institutions that move in quiet coordination. In the US, that means the Federal Reserve, J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, Bank of America are among the largest members. They have three powers no one voted for. They create money, they set interest rates, and they decide who gets credit and who doesn't. A cartel, by definition, is a monopoly protected by the government. And that's exactly what this is. How did they get this power? It didn't fall from the sky, it was written into law. In 1913, Congress passed the Federal Reserve Act, handing private bankers control over the nation's money supply. In 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement made the US dollar the world's reserve currency. Then, in 1971, Nixon removed the gold backing. The dollar became pure debt. Every new dollar is created as debt owed back with interest to the same people who created it. We don't own our money anymore, we rent it. Now, how do they extract wealth from the people who actually work? Three tricks: inflation, debt, and the boom and crash cycle. Since 1971, the dollar has lost about 87% of its value because of this inflation scam. U.S. household debt is $17.3 trillion, student loans $1.7 trillion, and national debt $34 trillion, all owed to the same system that prints money from nothing. Then comes the boom and crash harvest. They inflate a bubble, crash it, and buy real assets cheap. In 2008, black families lost 53% of their wealth, while the top 1% gained $6 trillion. Since 1971, the top 1% have grown their wealth by 1,000%, the top 0.1% by 2,300%, while the bottom 90% barely gained 22% as living costs exploded 600%. The system isn't broken, it is designed to move wealth upward. This isn't the capitalism they describe in textbooks. Capitalism, you take risks and earn rewards. However, the cartel takes rewards, but me and you take the risks. When banks win, they keep the profits. When they lose, taxpayers cover the damage. That's not a market, that's a rigged casino. The only alternative is real money. Money that can't be printed. Assets like gold, silver, land, energy, and production. Stop feeding the system that drains you. The banking cartel doesn't rule by strength, it rules by silence. Once working people understand the game ends. If you don't own your money, you don't own your life. My book Gold versus the Banking Cartel explains the history of this system and explains how to break free. Listen to the audiobook or grab a physical copy at the link in the description, and stay tuned for our next video, Gold Eagles vs Bank of America. God bless you.